Cybercrime is a sinister and growing threat to businesses and costs Australia $4.5 billion a year, according to a study out today from US market research firm Norton Semantic. So where are the good guys? Well, Israeli-based Checkpoint Software Technologies is arguably the leader in internet security, inventing the first commercially used firewall back in 1994. Today, its security solutions are used by all of the Fortune 100 companies. I spoke to Gil Shwed, founder and CEO of Checkpoint, while he was out here this week. Gil Shwed, welcome to the programme.
Thank you very much.
Now, business doesn't often disclose a lot of the problems that it has, but we hear little things about internet failures, denial of access requests, jamming up systems, even espionage. I think there have even been claims recently about the Chinese trying to access pricing information in our mining companies. Are these the sorts of threats that business is facing in 2011?
Absolutely. I mean, in the last year, we saw a big surge in organized attack, very sophisticated attacks. And the last year, we've seen an amazing number of the most comprehensive ones that attacked everywhere in the world.
How are these attacks mounted?
I think there's all different types of attack. There are attacks that are very, very targeted, and they just infiltrate a system and just insert into that what's called the bot. That's a small piece of software that can be activated remotely, and they can do whatever they want with the remote system. Steal information or use it to create damage. We actually don't even know, because most of these bots weren't activated, so we are just sitting there waiting for the right instruction.
And of course, with these bots, what's so vulnerable is the home computer, isn't it?
It's true for people at home, and it's true for businesses, yes.
Yeah. Looking at business, now this is getting so big, do you believe that these sorts of issues should be under the direct control of the Chief Executive Officer? Has it got a lot bigger than just the Chief Information Officer now?
I'm not sure. I mean, I think internet security is a very, very technical subject. And I do think, and that's one of the messages I preach this year, that companies need to think about it as a strategic thing and adopt an overall strategy for internet security. Yet this strategy is still something that's very, very technical.
Yeah, but you've got a situation where, and I guess until something goes wrong in a lot of these businesses, there's an unwillingness to spend a lot of money on something that people don't really understand.
It's not just about spending, it's about adopting the right strategy. I mean, companies need to think about it more at the high level. Actually, in many cases, it doesn't even get to the Chief Information Officer level. It gets buried in much lower levels in the organization.
Just how innovative is this sort of terrorism getting? I mean, you were the inventor of the first commercial firewall, I think. But I've heard about this advanced persistent threat where you actually know as a business that criminals are active in your company. You just let them sit on your system, and provided they don't do anything, you let them just sit there. Does that mean it's the end of the firewall and there's a different strategy now?
No, but I think actually the firewall is even more important now, when you need to compartmentalize it in multiple layers to you have internet-facing systems, you have internal system, and you have mission-critical system, and they need to be all separated. That because there are these kind of bots, advanced persistent threats, and internal threats, you actually in many cases need to compartmentalize the company inside. So you actually see when there is attack inside, and you can block it from spreading around. But there is multiple layers of technologies that people should use, and that's why you need an overall strategy.
And I gather it's now got to the stage where some of these folk are using their ill-gotten gains to reinvest in their own R&D.
Yes, I mean, the hackers are investing a lot and are finding a lot of different things. We've seen organizations that are driven by governments, driven by just criminal, organized crime. But again, at the end, I think that people shouldn't be that afraid of internet security. They just need to take the right precautions, and big companies need to adopt the right strategy.
What about your basic internal problems, the traitors from within? That's where WikiLeaks has been so successful.
That's actually, there can be things around it. First part of it goes to the point about educating people about what they can or can do. And there are software and there are systems that can detect that. Actually, our system is based on the fact when the user sends files that look suspicious, we ask the user back, why are you doing that?
The advent of cloud computing, moving applications and data somewhere away from your server, is that a good thing or a bad thing for security?
That's a very challenging thing for security. The fact that you are sharing your infrastructure with other people, that you get some of it out of control, means that it's a security challenge.
Would it be possible to have some sort of international accreditation for cloud computing?
I'm not sure about that. I think that the internet has done a very good job to be self-regulated and worry about the quality based on commercial aspects. What's secure, people trust it. What's not secure, people don't trust it. And I don't know that regulation is going to do much better.
Gil Shwed, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much.